Let me know if you want to go for a walk. Let me know if you want to go for a walk. Grandchildren combine. Grandchildren combine. The target market for this product is young adults. The target market for this product is young adults. The series is very popular among young people. The series is very popular among young people. They had rested a year ago. They had rested a year ago. Is his grandson a bookkeeper? Is his grandson a bookkeeper? May I have your order, please? May I have your order, please? I have a pain in my side. I have a pain in my side. We do not add weekly. We do not add weekly. Should it be removed? Should it be removed? At the end of the month, they will be living in this house for a year. At the end of the month, they will be living in this house for a year. They practiced their piano skills every day. They practiced their piano skills every day. They will be magicians in the night. They will be magicians in the night. We shouldn't say 1 hour later. We shouldn't say 1 hour later. I'm going to the cinema to see a new release. I'm going to the cinema to see a new release. They go to church every Sunday. They go to church every Sunday. We walked all over the city to see famous places. We walked all over the city to see famous places. Didn't I rest for 4 afternoons? Didn't I rest for 4 afternoons? We couldn't find it. We couldn't find it. I wrote the article. I wrote the article. His nephew was a writer. His nephew was a writer. Frightened. Frightened. Should he collect it next year? Should he collect it next year? Give examples. Give examples. The project team will meet every day this week. The project team will meet every day this week. They are not translated every day. They are not translated every day. We lie at dawn. We lie at dawn. Adoption. Adoption. I'm so thirsty I could drink an entire lake. I'm so thirsty I could drink an entire lake. Should not question. Should not question. I like your brother. I like your brother. Is our sister an apprentice? Is our sister an apprentice? You shouldn't get it soon. You shouldn't get it soon. Have I been hit often? Have I been hit often? Was his wife a masseuse? Was his wife a masseuse? Did he get a sheriff every month? Did he get a sheriff every month? To throw. To throw. Will we let you know after 2 months? Will we let you know after 2 months? Wouldn't he be an industrialist after 4 years? Wouldn't he be an industrialist after 4 years? Couldn't they have denied it 4 weeks ago? Couldn't they have denied it 4 weeks ago? Can we influence? Can we influence? Social. Social. He does not create. He does not create. Stepdaughter's field officer. Stepdaughter's field officer. Were you quietly riding a bunny? Were you quietly riding a bunny? He enjoys reading books on history and politics. He enjoys reading books on history and politics. Not all options are valid. Not all options are valid. Need to wait now? Need to wait now? Can't I normally object? Can't I normally object? Should I dive right now? Should I dive right now? Do you have to run? Do you have to run? I'll try this once and see if it works. I'll try this once and see if it works. Cannot announce after 5 seconds. Cannot announce after 5 seconds. Do you want to say something? Do you want to say something? Not removed every week. Not removed every week. Can't you dream at dawn? Can't you dream at dawn? If it's not cold, I'll go outside. If it's not cold, I'll go outside. I can't believe I'm awake. I can't believe I'm awake. My brothers are illusionists. My brothers are illusionists. I'm in the room opposite you. I'm in the room opposite you. Was her daughter the jury? Was her daughter the jury? I don't think material possessions are the most important thing in life. I don't think material possessions are the most important thing in life. He goes shopping on Saturdays. He goes shopping on Saturdays. We don't like. We don't like. My niece is a veterinarian. My niece is a veterinarian. At the end of the month, we will have finished the project. At the end of the month, we will have finished the project. Updates on team structure changes. Updates on team structure changes. I will need to monitor your vital signs during your recovery. I will need to monitor your vital signs during your recovery. Shouldn't I stay sometimes? Shouldn't I stay sometimes? We can't be dietitians next year. We can't be dietitians next year. Was your daughter an announcer? Was your daughter an announcer? Usually can't bartender. Usually can't bartender. The lawyer represents the client in court. The lawyer represents the client in court. Can you make it to the game tonight? Can you make it to the game tonight? Our brothers were preachers. Our brothers were preachers. Should it pick up after 5 seconds? Should it pick up after 5 seconds? Does anything hurt when I press here? Does anything hurt when I press here? I have more grapes than Sam. I have more grapes than Sam. We will ship after today. We will ship after today. Rarely chosen? Rarely chosen? You shouldn't put it in every day. You shouldn't put it in every day. How often? How often? Can never learn. Can never learn. You take note. You take note. The warming tray keeps food warm at dinner parties. The warming tray keeps food warm at dinner parties. His grandfather is a columnist. His grandfather is a columnist. Relevant regional. Relevant regional. They would not connect. They would not connect. How many apples did you eat yesterday? How many apples did you eat yesterday? I have to log in after 3 minutes. I have to log in after 3 minutes. My children were dermatologists. My children were dermatologists. He practices his piano skills every day. He practices his piano skills every day. Can I answer? Can I answer? Do you have a single room available for tonight? Do you have a single room available for tonight? I have a lot of dogs. I have a lot of dogs. Avoid. Avoid. Shouldn't he be the judge? Shouldn't he be the judge? I like cooking. I like cooking. Car looks good. Car looks good. They will go on vacation next month. They will go on vacation next month. They didn't come 4 seconds ago. They didn't come 4 seconds ago. I have never seen Istanbul before. I have never seen Istanbul before. Don't I remember every year? Don't I remember every year? You cannot be an anesthesiologist at dusk. You cannot be an anesthesiologist at dusk. I must not forget to renew my license next month. I must not forget to renew my license next month. Is her friend a weightlifter? Is her friend a weightlifter? Can't kiss normally. Can't kiss normally. Colleague is an athlete. Colleague is an athlete. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? I'll meet my friends at the bar later. I'll meet my friends at the bar later. That's all the conditions. That's all the conditions. Annually will not appreciate. Annually will not appreciate. This is a huge pain. This is a huge pain. We couldn't come 2 days ago. We couldn't come 2 days ago. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. Scissors. Scissors. I have a dentist appointment at 10 and will be back at 12. I have a dentist appointment at 10 and will be back at 12. Can you rate your pain from 1 to 10? Can you rate your pain from 1 to 10? Are your family tailors? Are your family tailors? Weren't they? Weren't they? I love it even though it's bad. I love it even though it's bad. Our Wi-Fi connection is fast and free. Our Wi-Fi connection is fast and free. Can I compare after 2 months? Can I compare after 2 months? It would be right away. It would be right away. 2 weeks later he complains. 2 weeks later he complains. Should we finish this task today or can it wait until tomorrow? Should we finish this task today or can it wait until tomorrow? Can I get you something else before I go? Can I get you something else before I go? Can you recommend a nice place to eat close to campus? Can you recommend a nice place to eat close to campus? And so the prince saw that it was really Cinderella's slippers. And so the prince saw that it was really Cinderella's slippers. Can they match after 2 hours? Can they match after 2 hours? I go to school by bus every day. I go to school by bus every day. I saw the man who was your father. I saw the man who was your father. Doesn't he row at noon? Doesn't he row at noon? I will break for you. I will break for you. They were shot in the afternoon. They were shot in the afternoon. Didn't you set a monthly limit? Didn't you set a monthly limit? Let me know if you want to play. Let me know if you want to play. The store had closed early that day, so we had to come back the next day to get what we needed. The store had closed early that day, so we had to come back the next day to get what we needed. This makes sense to me. This makes sense to me. Were their husbands environmentalists? Were their husbands environmentalists? Should he retire after 1 year? Should he retire after 1 year? Snowstorm. Snowstorm. Did I hide every year? Did I hide every year? Sometimes it shouldn't. Sometimes it shouldn't. Hit. Hit. He used to visit his grandfather every weekend. He used to visit his grandfather every weekend. Addiction policy. Addiction policy. Can you repeat this please? Can you repeat this please? Should I do magic before? Should I do magic before? When the concert is over, I will be listening to my favorite songs live. When the concert is over, I will be listening to my favorite songs live. I'm in the hospital. I'm in the hospital. We don't do weekly comparisons. We don't do weekly comparisons. I continue every month. I continue every month. What kind of toys? What kind of toys? I have a favorite friend who is extra fit and fair. I have a favorite friend who is extra fit and fair. Hair dryer not working. Hair dryer not working. He is not an immediate interviewer. He is not an immediate interviewer. Would not name. Would not name. Yes, our hotel has Wi-Fi. Yes, our hotel has Wi-Fi. You usually care. You usually care. Your half-sister is the librarian. Your half-sister is the librarian. I'm going to college. I'm going to college. I find English to be a very interesting language. I find English to be a very interesting language. The drums were so loud that I couldn't concentrate on my work. The drums were so loud that I couldn't concentrate on my work. It should not meet once a month. It should not meet once a month. They won't move until they collect everything. They won't move until they collect everything. Didn't you rest for a month? Didn't you rest for a month? Under. Technology excellence. Technology excellence. I should mention 10 years. I should mention 10 years. It was not borrowed. It was not borrowed. He took action to fix the problem. He took action to fix the problem. Can never clear. Can never clear. Is our stepdaughter a preacher? Is our stepdaughter a preacher? Next year you shouldn't notice. Next year you shouldn't notice. Should he reply once a month? Should he reply once a month? I need to work. I need to work. How many bottles do you have? How many bottles do you have? Should not leave every day. Should not leave every day. Do I run every day? Do I run every day? Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. Can you report? Can you report? A good cook. A good cook. Should I quote from last year? Should I quote from last year? I will do whatever you want me to do. I will do whatever you want me to do. Although the project was challenging, we succeeded. Although the project was challenging, we succeeded. Can't it get longer after an hour? Can't it get longer after an hour? Too crowded. Too crowded. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Not live at 5 p.m. Not live at 5 p.m. You're the host every week. You're the host every week. Can he handle it at sunset? Can he handle it at sunset? His stepson was the butler. His stepson was the butler. The shuttle departs to the airport at 7 a.m. The shuttle departs to the airport at 7 a.m. Please fill out this form before your appointment. Please fill out this form before your appointment. His son is a pediatrician. His son is a pediatrician. Your father was a masseuse. Your father was a masseuse. Shall we register? Shall we register? She is a doctor. She is a doctor. Didn't you diversify? Didn't you diversify? We were exercising. We were exercising. Your wife was a marketer. Your wife was a marketer. Would do it later. Would do it later. 2 months later deposited. 2 months later deposited. They will not do business at night. They will not do business at night. I can laugh. I can laugh. It is not the nighttime effect. It is not the nighttime effect. Weren't you the rule? Weren't you the rule? Shouldn't I conclude at dawn? Shouldn't I conclude at dawn? Offer. Offer. Won't you be a gynecologist at sunrise? Won't you be a gynecologist at sunrise? I don't think he likes me very much. I don't think he likes me very much. Did not explain. Did not explain. The company is looking for a new IT manager. The company is looking for a new IT manager. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. I certainly cried when my father died. I certainly cried when my father died. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Do you have any plans for the weekend? I do my homework every night. I do my homework every night. We could go in. We could go in. Astronauts will conduct experiments in space. Astronauts will conduct experiments in space. You won't know soon. You won't know soon. Was my aunt a tradesman? Was my aunt a tradesman? Do I impose 2 weeks? Do I impose 2 weeks? My husband is a cop. My husband is a cop. The dog attacked the postman. The dog attacked the postman. Is his son a contractor? Is his son a contractor? They swim in the pool every summer. They swim in the pool every summer. I would not base. I would not base. Should finalize. Should finalize. Does he vote later in the morning? Does he vote later in the morning? Do they become traders after a year? Do they become traders after a year? Which meat do you like? Which meat do you like? I'm going to school for my brother's books. I'm going to school for my brother's books. I shouldn't play weekly. I shouldn't play weekly. We need a script. We need a script. Shouldn't he be a senator in 3 years? Shouldn't he be a senator in 3 years? Is her stepmother a traitor? Is her stepmother a traitor? Can they lock it at noon? Can they lock it at noon? I have never tried bungee jumping. I have never tried bungee jumping. Shall we start the presentation now? Shall we start the presentation now? I don't know your friends. I don't know your friends. Let me know if you want to come to the party. Let me know if you want to come to the party. This was a great idea. This was a great idea. I rarely would. I rarely would. His colleague is the dean. His colleague is the dean. Former organizer. Former organizer. We must miss it often. We must miss it often. His daughter was a cashier. His daughter was a cashier. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. British cuisine. British cuisine. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. They shouldn't believe in the sunset. They shouldn't believe in the sunset. Can't they be soldiers often? Can't they be soldiers often? Is our stepmother a busboy? Is our stepmother a busboy? Didn't he question 3 days ago? Didn't he question 3 days ago? We are against the new development proposal. We are against the new development proposal. Shouldn't it roll? Shouldn't it roll? Who opened the door? Who opened the door? You must always manage. You must always manage. My wife is a real estate agent. My wife is a real estate agent. Didn't have surgery right away. Didn't have surgery right away. And I was wondering if you said anything. And I was wondering if you said anything. Can't let it? Can't let it? Sorted by priority. Sorted by priority. I'm staying at the hotel. I'm staying at the hotel. They could burn last year. They could burn last year. Please enter your name and password. Please enter your name and password. Can never evolve. Can never evolve. May imply. May imply. His colleague was an actor. His colleague was an actor. Were we winning 3 in the morning before? Were we winning 3 in the morning before? I may not have accepted before. I may not have accepted before. They can do daily floristry. They can do daily floristry. Also avoid kicking the backrest of the seat in front of you or using it to help you stand up. Also avoid kicking the backrest of the seat in front of you or using it to help you stand up. The baby cried all night. The baby cried all night. Today I went looking for a new pair of shoes. Today I went looking for a new pair of shoes. Aren't you an anesthetist every year? Aren't you an anesthetist every year? When the movie is over, he will be watching for 2 hours. When the movie is over, he will be watching for 2 hours. Shouldn't they answer? Shouldn't they answer? How have you been? How have you been? Should play sooner. Should play sooner. Can't they play games every month? Can't they play games every month? He was writing. He was writing. Wouldn't he attack at noon? Wouldn't he attack at noon? Can't he be a scavenger in 2 weeks? Can't he be a scavenger in 2 weeks? Prepositional verb. Prepositional verb. Threatening monthly. Threatening monthly. They cannot doubt the moon. They cannot doubt the moon. We encountered some unexpected difficulties on the way. We encountered some unexpected difficulties on the way. Can't connect? Can't connect? I must not forget to buy milk on the way home. I must not forget to buy milk on the way home. Can we sleep now? Can we sleep now? Something very new in this industry. Something very new in this industry. I don't know you. I don't know you. To lend. To lend. How to lose now. How to lose now. I have not been to Europe. I have not been to Europe. I'll try again tomorrow. I'll try again tomorrow. I should marry. I should marry. I'm so nervous for my meeting tomorrow. I'm so nervous for my meeting tomorrow. I'm going to the train station. I'm going to the train station. He was now an inspector. He was now an inspector. His half-brother was a lifesaver. His half-brother was a lifesaver. Blue is the color of the ocean. Blue is the color of the ocean. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. The effort required to finish the project was enormous. Do you want anything else with this? Do you want anything else with this? Forest. Forest. Do not tell me. Do not tell me. Cannot calculate. Cannot calculate. Will we be business women every year? Will we be business women every year? Won't he enjoy the sunrise? Won't he enjoy the sunrise? Should it be added from time to time? Should it be added from time to time? Can't they close after 2 days? Can't they close after 2 days? I will be graduating from university next year. I will be graduating from university next year. My stepfather was a draper. My stepfather was a draper. Won't it include? Won't it include? You should not make assumptions about others. You should not make assumptions about others. Weren't we Model 10? Weren't we Model 10? Can he sign then? Can he sign then? Your half-sister's secretary. Your half-sister's secretary. Am I the night judge? Am I the night judge? John, what's your vendor ID you're talking about? John, what's your vendor ID you're talking about? The musicians will be playing at the jazz club tonight. The musicians will be playing at the jazz club tonight. His wife was a cardiologist. His wife was a cardiologist. Can you continue? Can you continue? He was a vegetarian for years before deciding to eat meat again. He was a vegetarian for years before deciding to eat meat again. Don't you hit. Don't you hit. His aunt was a dermatologist. His aunt was a dermatologist. Artists will exhibit their work in the gallery. Artists will exhibit their work in the gallery. Can you occupy weekly? Can you occupy weekly? The decade of the 2000s was marked by major changes in technology. The decade of the 2000s was marked by major changes in technology. How can I go there? How can I go there? This is good for me. This is good for me. Should he be examined every day? Should he be examined every day? He had read the book before seeing the movie adaptation. He had read the book before seeing the movie adaptation. Can I retire often? Can I retire often? Do we have any topic? Do we have any topic? Don't they lose after 4 minutes? Don't they lose after 4 minutes? We are playing 2 years later. We are playing 2 years later. I'm not sure what to do, but I'll keep trying. I'm not sure what to do, but I'll keep trying. I have a lot of dogs. I have a lot of dogs. I have to go now. I have to go now. Would not sway. Would not sway. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? My wife is a real estate agent. My wife is a real estate agent. Sometimes technician. Sometimes technician. You tricked me. You tricked me. Which is your favorite book? Which is your favorite book? Didn't work out? Didn't work out? Before making any decision, we need to consider all the options. Before making any decision, we need to consider all the options. Your daughter is a statistician. Your daughter is a statistician. I ate carrots for breakfast and felt really healthy. I ate carrots for breakfast and felt really healthy. We won't be able to see it in 5 hours. We won't be able to see it in 5 hours. We won't be able to see it in 5 hours. We won't be able to see it in 5 hours. They report at dawn. They report at dawn. Do you have any concerns? Do you have any concerns? Wouldn't I be an annual nanny? Wouldn't I be an annual nanny? They walked to the other side of the bridge. They walked to the other side of the bridge. Will you invite? Will you invite? Pizza topping. Pizza topping. Which teams should be involved in such a solution? Which teams should be involved in such a solution? They can be interviewers next year. They can be interviewers next year. They would not be suitable. They would not be suitable. He's listening. He's listening. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. Did they do it every month? Did they do it every month? They should not start after 5 weeks. They should not start after 5 weeks. Do we have to cry after 2 days? Do we have to cry after 2 days? Does her stepdaughter write? Does her stepdaughter write? Climate change is a major cause for concern. Climate change is a major cause for concern. Aren't they Rangers a century later? Aren't they Rangers a century later? Your brother is a businessman. Your brother is a businessman. I am working as an administrator. I am working as an administrator. Wasn't I a songwriter 3 weeks ago? Wasn't I a songwriter 3 weeks ago? May rise. May rise. Shouldn't they find it every day? Shouldn't they find it every day? Our prices are reasonable and affordable. Our prices are reasonable and affordable. I shouldn't follow. I shouldn't follow. Was your nephew an alchemist? Was your nephew an alchemist? Did he suggest? Did he suggest? Will I be a bartender after 4 weeks? Will I be a bartender after 4 weeks? He was riding a bike when he fell. He was riding a bike when he fell. Definitely. Definitely. He was accepted into his dream university. He was accepted into his dream university. You cannot meet. You cannot meet. Can you wear it after 3 nights? Can you wear it after 3 nights? Was my uncle a mechanic? Was my uncle a mechanic? Running after 2 weeks. Running after 2 weeks. I'll take you for a follow-up scan in a few days. I'll take you for a follow-up scan in a few days. We comment 5 weeks ago. We comment 5 weeks ago. You won't be a cleaner every week. You won't be a cleaner every week. Wouldn't it be successful right away? Wouldn't it be successful right away? Do they always have to blame? Do they always have to blame? I walked the dog this morning. I walked the dog this morning. You can teach. You can teach. A driver was sleeping in the car. A driver was sleeping in the car. How many apples do you buy from the market? How many apples do you buy from the market? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? Should he collect it next year? Should he collect it next year? Hard working. Hard working. Your stepdaughter is a pediatrician. Your stepdaughter is a pediatrician. Will I go to school? Will I go to school? His mother was a firefighter. His mother was a firefighter. Would they insist? Would they insist? Can you edit after 1 month? Can you edit after 1 month? Hiking in the mountains is my favorite. Hiking in the mountains is my favorite. I'm not sure if I feel good or not. I'm not sure if I feel good or not. They need a nurse every year. They need a nurse every year. Did not provide daily training. Did not provide daily training. Should I not review? Should I not review? Would not be afraid. Would not be afraid. I can't concentrate on my work because of this noise. I can't concentrate on my work because of this noise. Can't drive after 5 seconds? Can't drive after 5 seconds? Did I shout at sunrise? Did I shout at sunrise? Wasn't he the advertiser next year? Wasn't he the advertiser next year? After 5 seconds he wouldn't lie. After 5 seconds he wouldn't lie. It may not count after 2 months. It may not count after 2 months. He was not an immediate publisher. He was not an immediate publisher. They could burn last year. They could burn last year. Her sisters were stewardesses. Her sisters were stewardesses. Not a civil engineer in 4 weeks? Not a civil engineer in 4 weeks? They didn't become writers every year. They didn't become writers every year. Are you going to play the lead in 2 minutes? Are you going to play the lead in 2 minutes? We impose daily. We impose daily. Your wife was a contractor. Your wife was a contractor. They were playing chess when they realized it was midnight. They were playing chess when they realized it was midnight. Sometimes we have to quote. Sometimes we have to quote. When the race is over, he will be running for 2 hours. When the race is over, he will be running for 2 hours. Have you ever been scuba diving? Have you ever been scuba diving? I will go because I want to. I will go because I want to. Teacher assistant. Teacher assistant. What food do you usually eat? What food do you usually eat? Can I become a concierge after 3 years? Can I become a concierge after 3 years? He was previously a banker. He was previously a banker. Should it be voiced? Should it be voiced? We went to the cinema to watch a new movie. We went to the cinema to watch a new movie. We will be able to present our findings very soon. We will be able to present our findings very soon. His brother-in-law is an assistant. His brother-in-law is an assistant. Don't you put it after 3 hours? Don't you put it after 3 hours? Will he think? Will he think? They may not normally contain. They may not normally contain. He couldn't be bothered every week. He couldn't be bothered every week. Should not disturb. Should not disturb. I have too much kindness. I have too much kindness. They can't answer at noon. They can't answer at noon. It is important to be able to use correct grammar. It is important to be able to use correct grammar. I don't care if you're 35. I don't care if you're 35. They were having a picnic in the park when it started to rain. They were having a picnic in the park when it started to rain. As I understand it, as I understand it, I have to believe 4 centuries later. I have to believe 4 centuries later. Was his wife a butcher? Was his wife a butcher? That's not the question. That's not the question. Hey nice wake up. How are you feeling? Hey nice wake up. How are you feeling? Except for a few minor details, the project was completed. Except for a few minor details, the project was completed. Your friend is a jeweler. Your friend is a jeweler. I'm not a noon forensic scientist. I'm not a noon forensic scientist. He has to referee after 2 days. He has to referee after 2 days. They will adopt a dog from the shelter. They will adopt a dog from the shelter. He had a gun to protect. He had a gun to protect. 4 minutes later? 4 minutes later? What are you doing? What are you doing? His uncle was an air traffic controller. His uncle was an air traffic controller. Then we wouldn't be arrested at 2 a.m. Then we wouldn't be arrested at 2 a.m. They can kiss every year. They can kiss every year. I could run. I could run. Forest. Forest. Not everyone can work under pressure. Not everyone can work under pressure. Wouldn't he be an industrialist after 4 years? Wouldn't he be an industrialist after 4 years? Do you like to go camping? Do you like to go camping? I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. Is their grandmother a farmer? Is their grandmother a farmer? Hit. Hit. What's the result? What's the result? Could it be a bricklayer? Could it be a bricklayer? Can you give me directions to the nearest gas station? Can you give me directions to the nearest gas station? Where do they live? Where do they live? Finally. Finally. What is the English word for blank? What is the English word for blank? Is her stepbrother a translator? Is her stepbrother a translator? I'll tie the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I'll tie the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. Wants to stay here. Wants to stay here. We can't sink. We can't sink. Can you wear it after 3 nights? Can you wear it after 3 nights? Shouldn't he ever have to teach? Shouldn't he ever have to teach? Your nephew is rower. Your nephew is rower. Will it be mining in a minute? Will it be mining in a minute? His friends are psychologists. His friends are psychologists. Were his children journalists? Were his children journalists? I couldn't quite understand his name. I couldn't quite understand his name. We played board games with our friends. We played board games with our friends. Need to apply after 4 weeks? Need to apply after 4 weeks? Immediately ran. Immediately ran. Let me know if you want to go to the airport. Let me know if you want to go to the airport. Could be an inventor. Could be an inventor. Can't be washed every year? Can't be washed every year? Don't we need to fill it often? Don't we need to fill it often? Sort out. Sort out. Do we have to suggest? Do we have to suggest? Where do you work? Where do you work? I will have completed my certificate by the end of the year. I will have completed my certificate by the end of the year.